This is part 2 of a 3-part series taking you through an easy-to-follow roadmap to help you retire comfortably. In this part, we talk about where you can put your contributions and how to maximize what you put in.
This is not investment advice, all right? We talk in generalities. This is just our educated opinion after being in the industry for 30 some odd years. Now then, let's talk about contribution placement. Should you do Roth or pre-tax or both? Who does it matter to?
To be or not to be? What is the question?
To pre-tax or not to pre-tax? Okay, so if you are generally, when we're talking about Roth or pre-tax, we are almost always talking about 401k contributions, all right? I guess if you're in a 403b plan, it pretty much means exactly the same thing, all right? So if your biggest concern right now is if you're making over $50,000, I'll talk about why we say that in a minute. If you're making over $50,000 and your biggest concern is tax savings today, then you're going to want to do pre-tax, and you're going to understand that you're going to take the hit on the gain later on when you take it out. But if you are concerned about having a tax-free income later on, and you can pay the tax hit now, the general consensus is to go Roth. Okay.
Or you're in a position where you're not paying a lot of taxes right now. Anyway, it's a great time to make a Roth contribution if you can. The question is, why would you do both? And we've talked about having a tax strategy that allows you to have 2 buckets so that when you're at retirement, you can choose. Some years it might be better to take it out of the pre-tax bucket, and some it might be better to take it out of the outer.
Exactly. A lot of people talk about diversifying your investments, all right? Well, this is the concept of diversifying your tax strategy, all right? It's not a concept we made up. It's what we're hearing about a lot more lately, all right? You're diversifying your tax strategy so that not everything is pre-tax and not everything is Roth. You're hedging your bets.
What would be a circumstance when you retire that you would want to take more Roth or more pre-tax?
So, say you are somebody who gets, maybe you're writing books and you get a big check for your books one year. You don't want to take it out of your pre-tax because you're going to have to pay more taxes. You might take it out of your Roth where you've already paid taxes.
Exactly. If you're in a higher income, if your planning shows that you're going to be in a higher tax bracket this year than maybe 2 years from now, take your Roth out now. And if you're going to be when you're in a lower tax bracket, take your pre-tax out.
So it's just like taking. On a year that you have a lot of income, you're at a higher income rate and you'll pay more taxes out of the same amount of money that year. But if you take it in a low income year, you don't pay as much.
Right, your rate is going to be less. All right. So when you're putting money into a plan, don't listen to us about what specific investments you should pick. No, that's not for us. Your plan should have a financial professional attached to it. You're going to want to discuss risk strategies, your own risk tolerance, what's appropriate for you inside the plan, what's available, are all the style buckets covered, is it indexed, is it actively balanced? There's all these different things that you're going to be able to find out. Now, many 401k plans are on record-keeping platforms where those platforms have a lot of online information to help educate yourself. So maybe you don't want to talk to the person that the company's hired. That's fine. Go and see what's available online from the people that are holding the plan's money as to what you can find out about what's in the plan, what's appropriate for you in your search, if you're in your specific situation and when you're planning on retiring. Now then, so to maximize your hard-earned contributions, here are 4 ideas to consider. Number 1, Catherine.
Minimize opportunity loss or leakage.
Yeah, so what are some of the causes of leakage?
Not rolling your money over from one employer to the other by just taking the cash and buying
something. I mean, because as much as we love our staff to stay with us as long as possible, people do leave employers, all right? And if you're rolling your money from one 401k plan to another, you're stopping that leak. But if every time you leave an employer, you cash it out and go do something fun, that's a lot of leakage. That's a great big hole in the bucket. Another idea of leakage is that you're taking up participant loans, but you've stopped your deferrals. All right, so if you're taking out participant loans and you're making your participant loan payments, but you've stopped deferrals, that is a form of leakage. All right. What's number 2?
Take advantage of the employer match.
Right.
Always do. Contribute enough to receive the max match.
Max match. Make sure you find out from HR what you have to put in as a percentage of compensation so that you get the maximum match from your employer. If you don't do that and you can afford it, you're leaving money on the table. That's free money you're not going to get back. What's number 3?
Stay up to date and contribute the max amount. This year it is $22,500 or $30,000 with that catch-up.
Right.
If 50 and older.
So if you're born in 1973 or before, and you want to put the maximum away this year, make sure your deferrals are going to get you to $30,000 this year. Don't think you can set an amount back in 2016 and not increase it every year. All right, it's gone up almost every year.
Usually it goes up every year.
It usually goes up every year.
So don't miss a year of going
So you
up.
have to pay attention to your enrollment form to make sure the right amount is going out. All right. Now then, what's the last one? And you find this one very important.
Regularly check your statements and review investments.
Why?
Why is this important? Well, because the worst kind of leakage is when the money wasn't put in or it was not given to you.
Or was taken.
That is the worst kind of
Okay,
leakage.
so you're going to want to make sure you want to check your statements for a couple of reasons. One, is the money that's coming out of your paycheck going into the plan? Number 2, is what you want to be taken out of your paycheck going into the plan? Number 3, is it going into the funds you want it to go into? And number 4, are those still the right funds or fund for you? So this is not set it and forget it.
And you want the statements of the place it's supposed to go to.
Right.
Consolidated statements sound beautiful and easy, but you actually want to see it so somebody's not burning Madoff.
You want information going directly to you from the actual custodian, not from a middleman if you can. All right? Please, if you thought this video was helpful, please be sure to watch the next one, part 3 of this series, where we go over how to start a retirement plan and what the best plan is to start. Wow, I wonder what Catherine's going to say. Now then, we would love to continue this conversation with you, so please comment below, like, subscribe, don't like, whatever. Just let us know what you're thinking. Visit our website in the link below, and of course, you can always email us at sales@hunterbenefits.com. Thanks for watching. Oh, I'm out.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.